Alright, so I did mine on conservation of feral pigs. Southern part of the United States has an awful problem, and that is feral hogs. Now, although some of y'all may be against hunting, I hope that at the end of this, maybe y'all have changed y'all's mind. In this discussion, I plan to talk about the problem at hand and the radical types of ways that have been talked about to solve it. I am a hunter, and I grew up hunting, and so I know firsthand the problem that we have. My family owns many ranches, and I've seen firsthand that feral pigs will come in and completely destroy a pasture, or even come into your yard and destroy that. And they also carry many nasty diseases, whereas they can spread them to your dogs if they bite them or something, or to your cattle or horses if they eat out of the same troughs as them. Every year they destroy an estimated $52.6 million a year in crops and land alone, just in Texas. That doesn't include any other part of the United States, just in Texas. That's pretty crazy if you ask me. At the rate we are going, pigs are repopulating twice as fast as we are eradicating them. So for every one that we kill, they reproduce 2, if that tells you anything. Most people's family own some sort of land, whether it be real estate in the outskirts of Dallas or land way out in the middle of Steveville somewhere. But the way pigs are growing, they're growing so fast that they're running out of places to eat in the wild, so they're having to move into the cities or into the outskirts of the cities, whereas they're affecting people's livelihoods, really, whether it be your landscape company and you can't mow lawns because it's just out of control with holes in the yard, or if it's people that are growing grass or anything, really. Now, people have talked many years about how they need to get rid of them, whether it's just hunting out of a stand over a feeder and shooting one, or if it's hunting dogs and tracking them down. And I mentioned radical ways. There really are radical ways of people that are doing this. People are making livings just off of hunting them. I know a guy that is back from where I'm from, and they actually hog hunt out of helicopters. People pay them to come, and they take them up in a helicopter, and they fly around and try to find them and kill them. It's a pretty successful way of doing it, kind of crazy, but it seems to work really well. And myself, I normally just hunt them out of a deer stand or over a feeder or whatever, but I also hunt them with dogs, and I also participate in yearly feral hog competitions, whereas the more pigs you come in, the better you do, and all kinds of things like that. If everybody else in the U.S. were to do their part, we outnumber pigs 3-1. So if everybody in the United States were to do their part, we would eradicate them in a day. But I mean, that's never going to happen. Really, the only thing that we can do is manage them, and in hopes to kind of tone them down a little bit. But at the rate we're going, not many people are helping out, so it's not going well. And in the next 10 years, we're going to have a really problem if we don't do something about it. If we were to permanently exterminate, then we would no longer have to worry about our crops being destroyed and or the diseases they carry. Like I said, they carry many nasty diseases, and it really poses a threat to our future. Not as human beings, but as our livelihoods and stuff like that. If nobody were to do their part, the feral pigs would end up right here on my doorstep or your doorstep. It's just not a good deal. There's really not a negative outcome that this could happen. Pigs don't really do anything other than just tear up fields and cause threats to your livelihood. So, I read in an article that by John Mortland. It's called, I can't remember what it's called actually. A Plague of Pigs in Texas. Okay, so John Mortland wrote A Plague of Pigs in Texas on Smithsonian Mag, and it says, not just for me, but for him, he went out to a 70-acre ranch and he saw a place in the pasture where the craters that the pigs had left were as big as 5 feet deep and 5 feet wide. That's really not something you want to hit on a tractor, so that could be a really bad idea. I hope that in this, I've kind of persuaded y'all to maybe do your part, or even just, if you don't go out hunting, just donate to the organizations that do help with the pig population. And I hope that y'all got something from this, and I appreciate it.